Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Steve coming at you. Hope you're having a great day. I am back. I am back home. I had a fantastic time on my trip to the New England. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about tonight. The debate is coming up tonight, the final presidential debate. And man, is there a bunch of stuff in the news today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for those who don't know, okay, the President Biden and the former Vice President Biden are going to be debating tonight. And, you know, in the past week, over a week now, but about the last 10 days or so, there's been this big scandal that none of the news media, except for maybe Fox and OAN and maybe some other conservative sites that want to carry, of course, have been talking about on YouTube. But Facebook is blacklisted. Can't even post about it on Facebook without getting taken down. Twitter's doing the same thing. It's ridiculous what's going on with Facebook and Twitter. They need to be stopped, but that's a different subject. Anyway, the president's having this debate tonight with Joe Biden, the final debate before the election, and it has come out. A gentleman named Tony Bobulinski has come out, who was involved in some of these business dealings, and especially with China, involving Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, because he's come out and said the emails, for those you don't know, I did some previous videos, it's on the YouTube, go check it out. But Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, who has a crack problem or a drug problem, might not be just crack, but he has a drug issue. He's made millions and millions of dollars when his dad was vice president, because he's going around the world basically selling his name to foreign governments, you know, kind of, oh, I can get you in with my dad kind of deal. Some real sleazy stuff. But anyway, the emails suggest that Joe not only knew about this stuff, but was in on it. Old man Biden was in on it, getting his cut. In fact, there's an email from Hunter that says, you know, I'm going to hold 10%, especially when it came to the Chinese deal, holding 10% for the big guy. Now, Hunter Biden flew with his dad, Joe Biden, back when Biden was vice president, on Air Force Two, which is the vice presidential plane, to China. Flew with him while Joe was supposedly doing government work, you know, official government business, and his son was doing personal business, and he made $1 billion deal in China during that time. So now email comes out by this guy, and he has text messages as well. His name is Tony Bobulinski. Like I said, he's a Navy vet, and he has said that he was involved in these business dealings. In the email where Hunter made reference to the big guy is a reference to Joe Biden, or the chairman is what Hunter also called him, either the big guy or the chairman. That is also a reference to Joe Biden, because they didn't want him to use Joe Biden's name in these little side deals, little side hustles they had going on back when he was the vice president. So, of course, you know the president is going to bring this up tonight. But what's even funnier, the biggest troll of all this, about this, is Trump invited Tony Bobulinski, the guy who's come out and said, yeah, this stuff is true. Because before, the media was like, oh, this is a Russian hit job and Russian disinformation campaign. That's all they would say about it. And then the FBI and the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, both came out and said, no, there's no evidence that Russia had anything to do with this. This is not a Russian disinformation campaign. Then the FBI had to come out and finally, because they've had this information for over a year, what y'all been doing for the past year, FBI? Chris Wray, President Trump, it's time to let that dude go. But anyway, they had to come out and say, yeah, they do have the laptop. They do have the information. Does appear to be authentic. And now Tony Bobulinski's come out and said, yeah, I was involved in the business deal. This is a for real thing. So now what President Trump did was invite Tony, as I said, to the debate. So not only is the president going to be bringing this up, because you know the moderator, who's a leftist, a big-time Democrat donor, Kristen, whatever, she's not going to bring it up. Though, let's put it this way, I would be surprised if she brings it up. He not only is the president's going to have to bring it up, because it's a story. You got to know, is Joe Biden on the take, especially when it comes to China? Now we know on the Ukraine, his son made $50,000 to $80,000 a month with an oil company that was kind of, dirty dealing anyway. Why? The guy's a crackhead. Why are you paying this guy this kind of money? They were just selling the Biden name. I think Politico did a story about this in 2017 called Biden Inc., about the Biden family, how they traded their name to make their millions. It's for real. It's not like something they don't know. And that's why the media don't want to talk about it, because everybody knows about it. But him inviting Tony to be there is going to be awesome. He gets a chance to point him out. Hey, Joe, that's the guy you guys were doing business with. But here's the deal. Mr. President, you can't have that first debate. You can't be doing that again. Don't let the moderator, because the moderators know now, especially with that interview that you got coming out with Leslie Stahl from 60 Minutes, they know all they got to do is bait you. If they bait you, you'll lose it. They know this. Keep your calm like you did against, I guess, Sarah, whatever that woman's name was, or that you did the debate with, the town hall with NBC, where she was acting like she was running for president. She was debating you more than, she asked you, 40 questions, and the town hall people got to ask 10. It was ridiculous. But you did a good job. You held your ground. You weren't combative. You smiled. You were self-deprecating. You were humorous. That's how you're going to have to do it in this debate. This is your last shot, Mr. Prez. Don't let Biden get under your skin. Don't let the moderator get under your skin. Do what your vice president did. You ask the questions that you want to ask of Joe and ignore whether or not she's going to do it. I know that somebody's got back there, they got a mute button. It's some more BS. The Presidential Debate Commission needs to be completely disbanded after this, because it's obvious they lean left. Even the quote-unquote Republicans in the committee, obvious, they hate Trump. So they got to be disbanded. But I digress. Anyway, keep your cool. Keep your humor about you. But make sure you make your points about Biden. And when it comes to his son, he's going to try and turn into, my son has a drug problem. Say, I'm not even dealing with that, Joe. I'm not talking about your son's drug problem. I have a brother who had a drug problem who passed. It's one of the reasons I don't drink or do anything myself. It had a profound impact on me. I'm talking about your business dealings and your son's business dealings and him utilizing the family name and you being in on that deal. Are you the big guy? Referencing the email. Are the emails real? If they're not real, can you say that they're false? Can you say that are the emails real? Are you the big guy? Are you the chairman? If not, then who is? That's the kind of stuff you got to hit Biden with. Boom, 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 boom. It's got to be awesome. And so with that, I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's gonna be real. Mr. President, you got to keep your cool, bro. We can't have you doing that debate one thing. We can't have you doing that. Keep it. Do what you did with the NBC debate. Be firm, but be approachable. Be affable. That's what you got to do. Man, this is going to be sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't agree with me. That's cool. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Oh, and by the way, just as an aside, when it gets back to my last video that I did about Troy Aikman, looks like I might be right. Apparently, according to, I was watching the Conservative Twins earlier, and if you go look at who Troy Aikman follows, as long as he hasn't changed it, Troy is following some pretty conservative people. Like, I think one of them was Larry Elder. He's following Dan Bongino. So I think on his Twitter, he's following some pretty, it's Twitter or Instagram. He's following some pretty conservative people. So I just think it came out wrong. Troy didn't quite say it right. I think he was being sarcastic. But again, you might have a different thought about that. He doesn't seem to me as a guy who's trying to denigrate the country or the flag. But he can only say so much because he's working in that media bubble. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's a separate story. What I want to discuss tonight was, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. Joe had to take 4 days off. Joe has had a lid, which means no media, no press, basically, for 4 days when this story first started to heat up. I guarantee he still won't have a good answer tonight. If Trump asked the question right, he won't have a good answer tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be sweet. And he still won't have an answer to whether or not he's going to pack the Supreme Court. Got to go back to that too. But, talk about your record, talk about what you've done, talk about you plan to do the economy rocking again. Let's see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Look forward to talking to y'all soon. Hope you're having a great day. Great to be back home. Y'all take care.